Previously in the Bhagavad Gita, we found Arjuna standing in the metaphysical, metaphorical, mythic battlefield, which was within the first chapter clearly revealed to not simply be a conventional situation, but rather to be a sacred occasion wherein Arjuna was allowed to perceive his entire life situation with the guidance of his trusted companion, Sri Krishna, the wisdom heart consciousness, right next to him at all times. And to begin to see that the struggle he was having wasn't really able to be fully defined by external metrics or even by the narratives of his culture, of his family, of his social role as a great warrior prince. In the very beginning of the text, these all are recognized and abandoned by Arjuna as being sufficient to give him the insight, the understanding, the support, and the guidance he needed to really meet the moment. And he basically just falls down and says, I can't do this. I can't go on in this particular way. And he also says, show me the way, lead the way to the figure in the text that represents and that is the voice of the holy breath of Vasudeva, of the wisdom heart consciousness. So the great humor of the first chapter is all the chapters are called in Sanskrit the yoga of this, the yoga of devotion, the yoga of whatever, discernment, the yoga of that. And those all make sense to our, this is spiritual text. We should have the yoga of all these good things. The first chapter is called the yoga of despair. So that's a nice, that's not usually one that you find on the list when you look at your yoga center's offerings. It is on the list, however, of all of our lives at some point, that it's the yoga of despair. And the completion of that yoga is at the end of the first chapter, where he basically goes, this whole everything has served its purpose, but it's no longer serving its purpose. Show me the way. Because he's beginning to get a sense that this moment of despair, this moment of having outgrown the success strategies of the past, implicate him very deeply, call him very deeply to vulnerably reduce his resistance to the guidance that transcends and infuses his very nature, his very being.